Yo, what's up guys? I'm Lewis. I drive for Bingleton Racing and today we are going through some of my iRacing settings, which I call my competitive settings. I've been getting a lot of requests from a few drivers, especially from about the graphical settings. How do I get all these high FPS even throughout the races from every track? So yeah, I'm going to show you guys how I do it. So let's just begin going to the game. So I've been test driving at Long Beach with the Audi. So let's just begin with the options. These are very simple. I'm going to be explaining each one of them, which are like the most important ones especially. So my steering, of course, 900. This is a pattern I think most of the drivers use that way. There are a few drivers that actually use less than that in case you want to get a higher input sensitivity. For you can of course put a little bit lower than that, but for me, for every car, I always used 900, and for me it's completely fine. My brakes, load cell brakes, of course I have a load cell brake from Pro Racing Simulators. I've been using it for 4 years now and I'm not planning to change it. I really like it, so I'm happy with my choice. So clutch, this is a new feature from iRacing. Now we can choose the buy point. Usually we had to do it in another way before, some alternative ways. There were some softwares from different pedals, maybe different companies that you were able to do that, but then of course in iRacing now you can do it, which is very good and a lot easier to set up in case you're not ready for the race. Now you can just improvise, and that's how it works. So it is very simple. You can just put the launch trigger and then a clutch, and then you can just press the launch trigger and then you press the clutch, and then you just release it like that, and then it starts. So yeah, it is very nice. It is can help you a lot, especially if you don't have a clutch, if you have an axis, so then you can configure your clutch or anything like it. But then let's just go back with it. My strength 7.5. I think it is not too light, not too heavy. It is good for me. Wheel force 21 newton meters. This is what my base permits, and this is what I use, and I'm happy with it. I don't need any more strength on my steering wheel. I think above 20 is more than enough for every driver in the world basically. So intensity 100, no is moving, no dampening, no minimum force. Now I have shift aid, anti-stall clutch. I don't want to get the engine dying. Auto engine start, auto tear off. These are good. I don't want to be tearing off every time. I don't want to start the engine. This is just too much work for me. And of course my pedals, my brakes, my throttle, everything. So let's just move to the other one. So I use metric because I'm from Brazil. I'm not from the US, so it is a little bit different. I'm used to kph, not miles per hour, so that's why I use it. Field of view, of course the FOV, it is a personal preference, especially it really depends on the distance from your head to the monitor, from your eyes to the monitor. It really depends on the monitor you're using, the distance, the angle. So what I can show you guys is the shift horizon 2%. It depends on the height that you set for your driver on the car. Then you have the roll chassis 100%, pitch chassis 100%, neck motion 100%. And then show frame rate meter. This is very important actually. Let me just show it to you guys why. So my graphics are my numeric ones. I prefer to put as numeric, and the network numeric as well, system. But let me show you why. So pretty much I can see here the R represents the CPU running into the sim, and the G represents the GPU, which is the graphics card. The lower here the better, because it is the latency that your system is putting into the sim. So the lower the better. It really depends on your graphical settings. So of course anything below 5 is really good. So latency, I'm running a test drive. This is a very good connection. You want to be 100 in each one of then here, because this is the upload and this is the download, and you want to be 100. So then you make sure you have a good connection for racing. You don't want to lose any iRating. And this is of course the F here the F shows the clipping, the force feedback clipping. You want to be you don't want to be reaching to the maximum there, because it will show that you're clipping and then you're losing some information, you're losing some force feedback information. So you want to make sure you just set the right strain for you so that you don't get your wheel clipping. So there is nothing here that I use, nothing. I just kept as the default one. So these are my most important ones here now. So this is the most important one. So my resolution, of course, I use triples as a surround. My reflex enable plus boost. This helps the latency to be a little bit lower than what it was supposed to be. So everything pretty much on low or off, no limit. 30 FPS on lot, like 20 and A and 20 and 4 world only. So this is like the most important one for me here. Shader quality. It is on medium. Why it is in medium, not on low? Because if you're on low, you cannot put the render dynamic track data, and the render dynamic track data is really important because you want to see the rubber on the track. So you want to see everything now that it is going through, like any kind of marbles. You want to see how much rubber you have, like where's the driving line and everything. So that's why I leave it on, which is very good. So this is 16, the maximum, and this is 4x, which I think is good. It is not necessary to put it 8, so this keeps a high frame rate for me. Hide steering wheel, we want to leave everything off. Low details on headlights. Virtual mirror, 9 degrees. I think it is good for me. It gives a nice spatial awareness. So motion blur off, everything off. So this is why I call my competitive settings, because it is really competitive indeed. Because I want to just get the most frame rates as possible, and I think it is pretty good because you can see everything clearly, especially because you're focusing on the anisotropic filtering and the MSAA samples, which will keep the image as sharp as possible. So yeah, let's just go replay. It doesn't matter, there's nothing much here actually. Sound, you want to just take the wind off. You want to like just put crashes into a little bit lower, and then tires and engines and main volume, of course, you want to leave as you want. It doesn't matter, it's really up to your preference. And then these are my settings, just what I set for me. Active, reset, start point, black box. So the dash page, which I never use it. Brake bias is good. Bit limiter, headlight flash, and the wipers. Yeah, the wipers are really important here because you want to be auto wiping, because if it is raining and it is auto wiping, it gets annoying. So you want to make sure that you wipe it yourself. And honestly, in iRacing, it doesn't make very much of a difference. Then yeah, I guess that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. These are my settings, and I hope maybe I helped you in any way. But thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for watching until the end, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. And thank you very much. You take care.